Imagine saying "I do" at the bottom of a catfish-filled lake, or walking down an aisle covered in fresh blue bonnets, trailed by a parade of longhorn cattle. Sounds downright unbelievable, right? Well, welcome to Texas, where weddings ain't just ceremonies, they're full-scale, wild-hearted, true blue spectacles. Howdy, y'all! This is the Lone Star Plate, where we serve up slices of Texas life you may not find anywhere else on the map. Today, we're talking Texas' most outrageous weddings, the kind that make headlines, set trends, and leave folks saying, "Only in Texas?" If you think you've seen a wild wedding, just wait, partner. From cowboy boots on the dance floor to helicopters, rodeos, a $50 brisket cake, and yes, a little bit of good old family drama, you won't believe some of the ways Texans tie the knot. Stick with me, because this ride just might inspire your own big day or leave you speechless. Let's saddle up. Here's a truth about Texas that every native knows. Bigger is always better, and weddings are no exception. Folks in the Lone Star State don't settle for tradition if there's a chance to outdo it. That spirit's given rise to some of the boldest, brashest, and downright most unforgettable I-dos anywhere in America. Let's kick things off with a wedding that made Ripley's Believe It or Not, the infamous underwater nuptials at San Solomon Springs out in West Texas. Picture this: the bride in a wetsuit veil, groom in a tuxedo t-shirt, and both surrounded by curious catfish and staring turtles. They exchanged waterproof vows, sealed it with a scuba kiss, and surfaced in front of a cheering crowd poolside. The reason? They met as lifeguards at that very same pool almost 2 decades earlier. Y'all, that's commitment, literally plunging headfirst into marriage. Now, from cool waters to burning passion. Get this, in Bandera, one couple celebrated with a full-blown rodeo wedding. The ceremony took place in the center of a dusty arena while family members lassoed fake steer, and the entire wedding party wore 10-gallon hats and rode horses to the altar. Instead of your usual kiss the bride, the groom had to catch a greased pig, with the bride promising a smooch only if he succeeded. That's a true blue cowboy romance right there. Not every outrageous Texas wedding comes with a side of mud, though. Let's talk about fancy, as in oil boom, Houston high society, sky's the limit fancy. One couple shelled out a jaw-dropping $1 million to rent out an entire football stadium for their nuptials. That's right. Imagine saying your vows at the 50-yard line. Guests scattered across the bleachers munching nachos and barbecue, with a post-wedding concert featuring none other than Willie Nelson himself. This was peak high roller Texas, complete with fireworks that could be seen clear over the city skyline. But hey, you know what they say. Money can't buy love, but it can buy 100 pounds of smoked brisket fashioned into a wedding cake. That's exactly what a couple from Tyler did, eschewing vanilla and chocolate for layers of tender, smoky beef, all sliced and served with homemade pickles and barbecue sauce. Cutting the cake will never be the same for those guests, I can promise you that. Now, some Texans love tradition, but others put a twist on it that only a true Texan could dream up. For instance, in Fredericksburg, a couple held their ceremony in the middle of a blooming bluebonnet field every spring, but this time with a parade of longhorns dressed in flower garlands following the bride. Not only was it Instagram perfect, but it also paid tribute to their family's ranching heritage. And let me tell you, there ain't much that says Texas forever like a longhorn as your ring bearer. Still, the wildest story I've heard comes from Amarillo. a surprise helicopter wedding? Friends and family were invited to what they thought was an engagement party out on the ranch, only to see the couple swoop in from the sky, hover land by a mesquite grove, and walk straight into a ready-made altar. With tumbleweeds rolling by and boots on the ground, the preacher pronounced them married right then and there. No time wasted. Think of it, the wedding march accompanied by the thumping of rotor blades. But maybe you're asking, why do Texans go all out for weddings? Here's the secret. Community runs deep in the Lone Star State. A wedding here is never just about two people. It's about bringing together families, towns, and sometimes the whole county. Each outrageous celebration is a nod to heritage, a claim to creativity, and a chance to show the world, here's who we are, and we're proud of it. Whether it's breaking stereotypes, honoring traditions, or just looking for an excuse to throw the biggest party on the prairie, Texas weddings are in a league of their own. Of course, no wedding would be complete without a little unpredictability. I've been to a backyard wedding where a herd of goats crashed the cake table, and another where a sudden blue norther turned a barn dance into a wild, stormy mess. Folks kept dancing anyway, mud up to their shins and all. One thing's for sure, in Texas, the motto really is, come as you are, but don't expect anything to go as planned. So, what do y'all think? Would you get hitched underwater, on horseback, at the 50-yard line, or with a brisket cake? Or maybe you've got an outrageous Texas wedding story of your own. Let me know in the comments. What's the wildest wedding you've ever witnessed? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more tales from the Lone Star Plate, and ring that bell if you love everything big, bold, and Texan. Thanks for riding along today as we uncovered the jaw-dropping, boot-stomping, bigger-than-life world of Texas' most outrageous weddings. Remember, in Texas, love ain't just in the air. It's in the land, the barbecue, the family, and every wild, unforgettable I do. See y'all next time, and until then, keep your boots dusty and your hearts wide open.